We are Israel united in Christ. We are to teach you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians that you are the Israelites according to the Bible.
That's right.
Read Numbers chapter 10 and verse 9.
Bring it out.
Chapter 10 and verse 9.
Read.
And if ye go to war in your land against the enemy that oppresseth you,
Come on.
then ye shall blow an alarm with the trumpet, and ye shall be remembered before the Lord your God, and ye shall be saved from your enemies.
Men of Israel, blow trumpets. Trumpets down. So read that from the top again.
Numbers chapter 10 and verse 9.
Read.
And if ye go to war in your land against the enemy that oppresseth you.
So, my brother right here, did you know that we are in the war right now? Come here real quick. Let me show you something real quick. Because you said we're in the war. What type of war are we in, bro?
Man, we in
2
so
Corinthians
many
10.
wars. We in wars against ourselves. We
Okay.
in wars against oppressors. I mean, it's too many to name.
All right, so you said something heavy. You said we are at war against ourselves and we are at war against our oppressors, right?
Yeah.
So I got a question for you. What nation of people is oppressing our people? You see yourself on this sign right here?
Yeah.
You see yourself on this sign? So it goes by that your nationality is come from the seed of your father. So whatever your father's nationality is,
Nah.
that's what you are.
Nah.
What's your nationality?
Black.
You're black?
Yeah.
So you're American black, right? African American,
but I don't
right?
like to
So-called.
call it that. Yeah.
All praises. Why do you don't like to call it that?
You know, man. It's bull.
You said I know?
It's some bull.
You said it's a who?
It's some bull.
Oh, it's some bull?
Yeah.
You're right. So, you say you don't like to call yourself that, right?
Right.
So, what does God call you? Because before you got African American, Jamaican, Haitian, so forth, right? There was a name that was put upon us that God gave us and not our oppressors that you
Right,
were talking
right.
about.
Bring it out.
So what name did God give us?
Bring it out.
Children, I don't know.
He said the children. Oh, and I'm all praise to the Most High, because that's what we out here for. So give me a little minute, and you can get that before you walk off. You're gonna get your true name that God gave you.
That's right.
So read that. Give me Deuteronomy real quick. So let's get it real quick. Let's get right to it. Deuteronomy chapter 28.
Teach the people. Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 15.
So what we're about to do is go over in the Holy Bible our history. How did we get these names on us? How did we get these conditions on us? And how are our oppressors are warring with us? You understand that thing?
Bring it up.
That's what we're about to go over right now.
Read Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 15.
Bring it out.
But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
So the Israelites, if the Israelites did not hearken unto the voice of the Lord, their God, that's what thy means, meaning their God and nobody else's God.
Right.
These people on the sign, if they didn't listen to God, read,
To observe, to do all his commandments
And
and his statutes.
hey, my sister right here, we're going over our history in the Holy Bible. Your history, my brother's history right here, is in the Holy Bible. That's what we're going over right now.
That's right.
Do you see yourself on this sign right here?
Man, respect. I gotta get that to my kids.
Oh, all right, real quick, I got to get this to you, bro. We got to give you your name real quick. Read.
In his statutes, which I command thee this day.
Come out.
That all these curses,
All these what?
all these curses,
One more time.
all these curses
Read.
shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
So God says, if we didn't keep his commandments, these people on this side, curses were going to come upon them
Right.
and overtake them. You understand
Right.
that? Read 37.
Verse 37.
Read.
And thou shalt become an astonishment, and a pervert, and a byword,
And a what?
and a byword.
A byword is a name that's given to us outside of our God-given names.
Right.
So you had a heavy point, because you said, oh, I don't go by African American or black, right? Because that's some bull. You absolutely right, because God said it's some bull.
That's
But
right.
God said the reason why this name is on you is because what? We didn't obey his commandments.
Right.
Well, one of the curses that happened to his people, you, and us right here, is that we're going to become a byword. African American, Jamaican, Haitians, Negroes, colored, coons, spits, all these bywords that's on our people, right?
That's right.
So
Right.
why did this happen again? Why did this happen again, sis?
Disobey God.
We disobey God's
That's
commandments, right?
Right.
So what we must do to get us out of this condition that we in? What shall we do? What's that?
Find the right path.
Sign the right path. Deuteronomy 28, verse 1.
Bring it out.
Man, I got it.
Read that thing. All right, listen to this while you adding out, bro. Did you get a flyer?
No.
Here, and my brother right there.
All right.
Read that.
Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 1.
Bring it out.
We're going to know what's the solution. How can we get our name back?
Right.
Read.
And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently.
Read that again.
Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 1.
Let's go.
And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently.
So if we will hearken diligently, read.
And to the voice of the Lord thy God.
Come on.
To observe, to do all his commandments,
Read.
which I command thee this day, that the Lord thy God will set thee on high above all nations.
So God says, if the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, if they listen to him and do what he says, and my sister right here, did you know that, hey, God called you the greatest thing on this earth, sis?
Bring it out.
Your woolly hair on you is perfect.
Right.
Your black woolly hair, we don't have to dye our hair blonde, all these different colors. God said purple. God said you are perfect.
Right.
But what makes you perfect? You keeping his commandments.
That's right.
Read that again. 28 and verse 1.
Verse 1.
Read.
And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God,
Read.
to observe and to do all his commandments, which I command thee this day, that the Lord thy God will set thee on high above all nations of the earth.
So does it look like we are above all nations on the earth? Hell no. We at the bottom.
Right.
Up here on Alabama and Broad Street. Hey, my brother right here. My brother right here. Hey, my brother. Oh, you got headphones in? See, 'cause we ain't hearkening. That's the problem. Second verse.
Verse 2. And all these blessings shall come on thee and overtake thee if thou shalt hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
So blessings will come upon the so-called Negroes, Hispanics, if we listen to God and keep his commandments. But since we're not keeping his commandments, there's a flip to that. Now we on Alabama and Broad catching the mortar bus. You understand that, bro? Now we waiting on public housing, public transportation, food stamps, welfare, WIC, stimulus checks. You understand that thing? Hey, my brother right here. Got a question for you. Do you see yourself on this side? Come here real quick. I ain't gonna bite you. What's going on, bro? What's your name?
Lamar.
Lamar? Yeah. How you doing, Lamar? Shit me well. So what we out here doing, we're teaching our people, the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, their true identity according to the Bible.
Right.
You believe in the Bible, Lamar? You say you do, right? So I'm gonna ask you this. What is your nationality, if you don't mind me asking? What race of people you come from? You said black, right? Yeah. But I'm confused, Lamar. Because you just said you believe in the Bible. I can't find black in the Bible as a nationality. I can find it as a color, but not a nationality. You understand that? African American, Jamaican. So who are we, Lamar? If we say we believe in the Bible, I should be able to point out my history, my culture, why I'm in the condition that I'm in, and how I'm going to get out of the condition that I'm in, right?
Right.
If this is the book of life, that's what it should be showing me, right? So why are we not knowing these things? You don't know, right? I don't even know. Hey, and that's why we are here for. We're teaching our people their true history according to the Bible. So I made a statement, because you said you're African American or black, right? Yes, sir. But according to God, you derive from the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel.
Right.
How do I know that? You should ask me, hey, how do you know that, Shemuel? That's what you should be asking me, right? Let's prove it right out of the Bible real quick. Before you got to do what you got to do, let's prove in the Bible your true nationality, because this is the greatest gift anybody can give you. You understand that?
Bring it
More
out.
precious than fine gold. Because God said you are more precious than fine gold. We're going to read that, though. Read that.
Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 15.
So let's prove to Lamont, how do I know that we are the greatest people on the earth?
Right.
How do I know that Lamont is more precious than fine gold?
Bring it out.
But it shall come to pass, if thou shalt not, thou wilt hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
So God said, it shall come to pass, if the people on this side, Lamont, did not hearken unto the voice of the Lord their God. Read.
To observe, to do all his commandments.
Because there are certain commandments, statutes, laws, statutes, and commandments that we as the people have to live by. Just like your mom and your father and your mother gave you commandments, right? hey, you need to go to school, you need to take out the trash, so forth and so forth, right? God gave us commandments to live
That's
by.
right.
Right. And in statutes,
Uh-huh.
which I command thee this day,
Come out.
that all these curses
Uh-huh.
shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
So Lamar, it says, God says, if you don't listen to me and keep my commandments, all these curses were gonna come upon you and overtake you.
Right.
This is God's whooping right here. Us going into slavery, because you know about slavery, right? They teach that in school and everything, right? But do you understand why we went into slavery? Do you
Bring it out.
understand? Because you say you believe in the Bible, right? Did you know that our slave trade, us going on slavery, this happened to us people? Did you know that it was recorded in the Bible?
Bring it
You
out.
know that, right? But we say we believe in the Bible. You see the disconnect right there?
Bring
I'm
it out.
still to point my history out in this thing, right? But let's get it, because the slave trade is in the Bible.
That's
Thus
right.
says the Lord. Read that. You already know what I want. 68. Let's go, soldier.
Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 68.
Come on.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again.
How?
With ships.
With what?
With ships.
All right, so God says the Israelites, if they didn't listen to God, one of the curses that was going to happen to them is that they were going to be sent back into Egypt again by way of slave ships.
Right.
That
Bring
word
it out.
Egypt is synonymous for slavery. That's
Right.
what that means.
Bring it out.
Because if you know biblical history, when the Israelites walked out of Egypt the first time, we didn't need a boat to go back into Egypt.
Right.
So it was not the physical Egypt that we were going to, it's a spiritual Egypt, which is where? America today.
That's right.
So read that from the top one more time for my brother right here.
Verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again.
Into Egypt or slavery again. How?
With ships.
Did that happen to our people? How we get on this side of the earth? On slave ships, right?
Bring it out.
We just read what we read. This is the Holy Bible.
That's right.
This is the Holy Bible. We just read our history in the Bible.
Right.
But let's read on. Read.
By the way whereof I spake unto thee.
Go ahead.
By the way whereof I spake unto thee.
So just like Moses said it was going to happen, what was going to happen? We were scattered everywhere. We were scattered to North America, Mexico,
Right.
South America, Haiti, Jamaica, Brazil, so forth and so forth. You understand that thing? We were scattered everywhere. You ever seen those movies Django, 12 Years a Slave?
Bring it out.
What else? We got Roots.
Bring it out.
That's our history.
That's right.
That's our history in the Bible.
Right.
They make a mockery out of us. They put it right in your face because they know who you are.
Right.
We just don't know who we are.
That's right.
But that's why we are here today, for my brother Lamont. So give me a second. Keep reading.
Thou should see it no more again.
Thou shalt see it no more again. So, Lamont, when your forefathers and your foremothers came over here from wherever they were scattered at, did we ever go back to our homeland as a people? We've been homeborn slaves since then, right?
Right.
Read that again.
Bring it out.
Thou shouldn't see it no more again.
We was never gonna see our homeland again, brother. Did you hear that? And when we got on these slave ships, we were never gonna see our homeland again.
Bring it out.
When we reading the Holy Bible.
That's
read.
right.
And there ye shall be sold.
He said, oh, yeah, come on closer, come closer. Check out these signs, bro. That's what we out here for. Keep on reading.
And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies.
Got
Right.
a question for you, bro. When we came over here, did this happen to us? Men, women, and children were sold, right? We were sold. Who were we sold to? To the white folks.
That's right.
What we reading? The Bible, bro.
That's right.
Read that again for my brother.
And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies.
Unto your who?
Unto your enemies.
Not your best friend.
Unto your enemies.
So God says you were going to be sold to your enemies.
Right.
So the so-called white man, the so-called Arab man, the so-called Chinese man, all these people that we were sold to, God called them our what? Our enemies.
right.
Because your friend's not going to sell you into slavery, right?
Right.
Your friend not going to take your name away from you.
Right.
Your friend not going to separate you from your family.
Bring it out.
God says your enemies were going to do that, right?
That's right.
Only your enemy would do that to you, right? Read
Bring
that
it
again.
out.
Bring it out.
And there ye shall be sold
Uh-huh.
unto your enemies.
For what?
For bondmen
For bondmen
and bondwoman,
and bondwomen, read,
and no man shall buy you.
meaning what? No man will save you, Lamont, because obviously we was getting bought if he said you're gonna be sold. So that word bought me, no man, that word buy means that no one gonna redeem you from the conditions that you in, except one person. Do you know who that person is? Luke 1:68.
Bring it out. Bring it
You know
out.
who that person is, Lamont? The black Messiah, Jesus the Christ.
Right.
That look just like you, my brother right here, my brother right here,
Bring
and
it
my brothers out here.
Right.
Why we don't know these things, right? Because do you know the color of Christ? We don't know these, but we say we believe in the Bible. You see the disconnect? Why are not our pastors are teaching us these things?
Teach
Why
the people.
Why you can't go to the pastor and be like, hey, pastor, why did we go into slavery? Why are we the only nation on earth that went into slavery? Why are we the only nation on the earth that's in the ghettos, that's in the bottom of society?
Bring it
He
out.
can't tell you that. But God sent the prophets on the earth to teach you this thing right now. Right. On Alabama and Broad Street. Read that thing.
Luke
Right.
chapter 1 and verse 68.
Come on.
Blessed be the Lord God of Israel.
Of who?
Of Israel.
Of all nations.
Of
Bring it out.
Israel.
What you understand, Lamar, is what we proving out here? That you are the Israelites according to the Bible.
That's
you
right.
are the children of Israel. Blessed be the Lord God of you, Lamar.
Right.
Read.
For he hath visited and redeemed his people.
And redeem his people. Meaning not all people, right? Because we're going to prove that today. Do you think God loves everybody? You say yes? Okay, so we just read that he was going to redeem his people. Who are God's people? These people on this town right here, the nation of Israel.
That's right.
We're going to get that. Just hold tight. We're going to get that, Lamont. Read that thing.
And have raised up an horn of salvation
Uh-huh.
for us
For-
in the house of his servant David.
Who is that horn of salvation? The black Messiah, Jesus the Christ.
That's right.
We're not saying this is Christ is, but this is a closer depiction of what Christ would look like rather than this bastard right here that they give us. You understand that thing? Read.
As he spake by the mouth of his holy prophet,
Come out.
which have been since the world began,
Come on.
that we shall be saved from our
That we
enemies.
should be saved from who?
Our enemies.
Who are our enemies, Lamont? We just read it. The so-called
That's
white man.
right. That's right.
Every nation outside of this, and Lamont, every nation outside of your people right here are your enemies.
Right.
God said we're going to be saved from our enemies. And he was going to send the black Messiah to do so.
That's right.
Let's get his color real quick, because you got to get this, Lamont. Because
Right.
we might think that he's a so-called white man or olive color.
Right.
Olives only come in two colors, green or black, bro. Which one?
Right.
You understand that thing? Read that, Revelation 1:1.
Revelations chapter 1 and verse 1.
Bring it out.
The revelation of Jesus Christ.
The revelation of Jesus Christ, the revealing of Jesus Christ, right? Read.
Which God gave unto him.
Hey, my sister, we getting a true image of what Jesus Christ looks like.
Right. Bring it out.
Read.
Which God gave unto him to show unto his servants things which must surely come to pass.
Read.
And he sent in
14.
verse 14.
Right.
His head and his hair were white like wool.
So, Lamont, I got a question for you, bro. It says that Christ's head, the hairs on his head and the hairs on his face were white in color and woolly in texture.
Right.
Does this person have white woolly hair, or does this person have white woolly hair?
Bring it out.
Right one. Somebody's been lying, Lamont.
That's
Somebody's
right.
been lying. Read.
As white as snow.
Uh-huh.
And his eyes was as a flame of fire.
So Christ's eyes, the white of his eyes, Lamont, were white in color. I mean, were red with wine.
Right.
Oh, you gotta go? Read that. Finish that.
And his feet
Hey,
like
Lamont,
unto fine
did you get you a
brass.
flyer? Hey, come check us out. We got our information on that flyer, bro. Hey, my bro, right here. Come here for a second. Come here. I'm gonna show you something. I'm gonna show you this sign right here. Come here. Come on, bro. So listen. Yes, sir. Read that.
Verse 15. His feet like unto fine brass, as if they burned in a furnace.
So Christ, Jesus Christ's feet is like a fine brass. That's like a goldish brownish color. As if
Bring it
they
out.
burned in a furnace. If you put anything in a furnace, it's going to turn black as hell.
Right.
What is that proving? If my feet is the same color as my face, that means what? The Christ is a black man according to the Bible.
That's right.
He looks just like you, my brother, my sisters. What are we reading? The Holy Bible.
Right.
Read it again.
Revelations chapter 1 and verse 14. His head and his hairs were white like wool, as white as snow.
Come on.
And his eyes was as...
Hey, my brother right here. Hey, bro. I got a question for you, bro. Come here real quick for a second. All right. Read.
His head and his hair were white like wool, as white as snow. And his eyes was as a flame of fire. And his feet like unto fine brass, as if they burned in the furnace.
So what we proving that Jesus Christ is a black man according to the Bible.
That's right.
And my brother right here said, hey, I follow y'all, I follow y'all. Hey, don't follow us, brother, follow Christ.
That's right.
1 Corinthians 11. Because he said he follow us. Let's get it. 1 Corinthians chapter 11 and verse 1. 1 Corinthians 11 and verse 1. Because what are we proving today, y'all? We're proving that somebody has been lying to us.
Right.
We're proving that we are not niggas, coons, spits, hunchbacks, monkeys. That's not your nationality.
Right.
That's not your name. Jesus Christ is a black man that looks just like you and me, brother.
That's right.
Read that thing.
1 Corinthians chapter 11 and verse 1.
Hey,
Be
brother,
ye
come on,
follow-
brother. Hey, I got a question for y'all, man. I got a question. Y'all about to go. Y'all know y'all Israelites according to the Bible? Yes, sir. Did you know that you're an Israelite? So-called black man is an Israelite according to the Bible? You know that? How did you know that?
You got bell?
I'm sorry?
You got bell?
I can't hear you.
You got bell?
Am I the armor bearer? No, I'm a prophet of the Most High God.
Right.
And what I'm doing, we out here teaching our people they true history according to the Bible. That we are the greatest thing on this earth. You
That's
understand
right.
that, brother? Get that. Isaiah 13 and 12. Let's see what God says about you, bro. Let's see what God says about you. Because we got to get this thing, right? Read. Isaiah chapter 13, verse 12.
Bring it home.
Isaiah chapter 13 and verse 12.
Read.
I will make a man more precious than fine gold.
He said you make a man what?
More precious than fine gold.
God said he was going to make you, brother, more precious than fine gold.
That's right.
But what makes you more precious than fine gold? When we keeping his commandments.
That's right.
And one of the commandments that God gave us is that we're not supposed to buy or sell anything on the Sabbath day.
That's right.
So let's get there. So I see you about to go inside the store, right?
Name of
Get out.
Yahweh.
I'm sorry?
Name of IUIC.
So Yahweh shot?
Yeah,
Yahweh shot told us that we're not supposed to be buying and selling on the Sabbath day. We're supposed to, you understand that thing? Yeah, I got you. So
Yahweh.
let's get there real quick. You know what the Sabbath day is?
7 days Saturday.
It's Saturday, right? So today, right?
Yeah, right.
So now you know
We
what the day
need
is.
you.
The Bible said we're supposed to keep the Sabbath day holy, correct?
Right.
So how do we keep it holy? Do you know? Okay, we're going to get it real quick.
Bring it out.
Read that thing.
Nehemiah chapter 10 and verse 31.
Let's go.
And if the people of the land bring ware of any victuals on the Sabbath day,
So this is our forefather Nehemiah. He's a black man according to the Bible. He got the same blood as me and you, brother. So he's giving us a history right here. He said, hey, if any of the people bring anything on the Sabbath day to sell us on the Sabbath, read.
that we will not buy it of them on the Sabbath.
He said we were not supposed to do what?
Buy it on the Sabbath or on the holy day.
Right. So what we got to understand, that people right here, one of the people that he's talking about is this store right here. They open on the Sabbath day, right?
Right.
But they're not supposed to. And even if they is, God gave you commandments to live by.
That's right,
He
right.
said, so if the people of the land bring anything on the Sabbath to sell, that we, the Israelites, are not supposed to buy that thing.
Right. That's right.
So if we do buy that thing, we are in the midst of sin.
Right.
And sin is the breaking of God's commandments.
Right.
So we're supposed to keep it holy, right? That's how we get back to being more precious than fine gold that we're talking about. What makes us more precious than fine gold is us keeping God's commandments.
That's
And one
right.
of the commandments he told us is we're not supposed to buy or sell on the Sabbath.
Bring it
Why?
out.
Because we're not supposed to work on the Sabbath.
Right.
So if somebody's working, that means somebody's buying. If somebody's buying, it means somebody's selling. It all comes together, bro.
Bring it
It
out. out.
Exodus chapter 20, verse 8.
Bring it out. Bring
Exodus
it out.
20, verse 8. What's your name, brother? Rio. Rio? Nice to meet you, Rio. I'm seeing you well, bro. Let me get there for Rio.
Exodus chapter 20 and verse 8.
Come out.
Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. 6 days shalt thou labor and do all thy work.
So God give us 6 days to get all your work done. Whether you working at a job or you buying and selling, whatever the case may be. 6 days, right? Sunday through Friday before the sun go down. 6 days. Read on.
But the Sabbath day, the Sabbath day of the Lord thy God.
Read it again.
Verse 10. But the Sabbath day is the Lord God thy God.
Come on, soldier.
In it thou shalt not do any work.
So God says the 7th day, which is Saturday, right? He said it's the Sabbath of the Lord thy God. And we're supposed to keep that day holy. You understand that, bro? We're supposed to keep the Sabbath day holy. So there's no buying and no selling and no working on the Sabbath. Now what else can we not do on the Sabbath? Exodus 35 verse 3.
Bring it out.
35 and 3. So we're not supposed to cook on the Sabbath day.
That's right.
That's another way to keep that day holy.
Right.
And this is how we get back to being more precious than fine gold. So don't worry about him right now, brother. Just focus on me right now. Read that thing.
Exodus chapter 35 and verse 3. Ye shall not kindle no fire throughout your habitats upon the Sabbath day.
So it says, hey, we're not supposed to kindle no fire upon the Sabbath day. Back then, you know, there wasn't no microwaves, no ovens and stuff like that, right? So that's what they did. They kindled fire to heat up their food. Today, how we heat up our food? We got ovens, we got microwaves, we got stoves, thermals, and stuff like that, right? So that's what they're talking about. We're able to eat on the Sabbath. You can cook salads, sandwiches, whatever. You can eat cold chicken. You know, black people, we like some chicken, man. Right? But we're not supposed to heat it up. Don't put it in a microwave or no stove. That's what they're killing the fire going to on the Sabbath day.
Right.
That's how we keep that day holy, right? So read that again, officer.
Exodus chapter 35 and verse 3. Ye shall kindle no fire throughout your habitation upon the Sabbath day.
On the Sabbath day. And these laws that we're reading about right now were only given to the Israelites.
Right.
God chose the people, right?
What is it?
Me and you. You
That
got a
made our
question, my brother?
melon power.
Oh, I thought you had a question. Okay, you good. Right. So what else are we supposed to do on the Sabbath day? Congregation.
You don't even use it.
So what
Your
we got
melon.
so far? So you got no working, right? No buying, no selling, and no cooking. These are the ways how we supposed to keep
Your
it holy,
melon.
right?
In the Gentiles, they don't go by the law.
Because you want to know why?
It's about as powerful as a white man.
Because they weren't given the law.
Right.
That's why we call them Edomites.
And exactly. Edomites, the Moabites, all these other nations. God's laws were only given to the Israelites.
That's right.
Which is me and you, brother.
Right.
Read that.
Hebrews chapter 10 and verse 25. Not forsaking the assembling of ourselves together, as the manner of some is, but exhorting one another, and so much more as you see the day approaching.
So another law upon the Sabbath day is we're supposed to congregate and gather ourselves together.
Right.
So from Sunday to Friday, a lot of us working 10, 12, 14 hours a day. You understand that thing? So that's a burden upon us. So what we got to do, we got to come together upon the God's commandments and build each other up, exhort one another.
That's right,
brother. I know you had a long week this week, whatever, but hey, if we endure and keep these laws until the end, God is going to give us that rest.
That's right.
A rest forever that no man can be able to take away from you, Rio.
Right.
So, my brother right here, Rio, hey, you got to keep these commandments, man. So, what you got? No buying and selling on the Sabbath day. We're in the midst of sin when we do that thing, right?
We used to scream black power while Heron was pushed. But at the end of the day, nothing's in vain. IUIC has been given a vision. The tents of Judah has risen. Many has attempted the mission, minor murmuring, omitting, and missing the mark. Just reading that he had the flame of fire in his eyes gave us the spark. We on Paul's mission. We out on the road, purple and gold, From Mexico, Cuba, Haiti, Ghana, Sierra Leone. 144,000 boots banging, concrete crackling. These are our men repented at heart. The scriptures is proof. IUIC, we deliver the truth.